dude. Careful.
Did you forget? Realist podcast.
We are in it to win. Are we recording?
Welcome to the Your Podcast, episode 185. Welcome back. Welcome home once again. Man.
Yes.
It's a day. It's another day.
Just stand up
Hey,
with
dude.
me.
No. All right.
Just shake out the cobwebs.
It's another day. YourHairPodcast.net, the website. We got a question box on there. Anonymous. If you want to talk about some stuff, go check it out. Shout out for Bristow. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the patrons. Patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. Best way to support us, starting as low as $3. Buy us a copy. What do you even do? Or we still need to get a sign.
We're getting a neon sign.
Shout out Anytown Actors Lab, AnytownActorsLab.com, official partner of the Your Podcast. If you're looking for teaching, mind blanked, Dave.
Pass it right over. I'll take it. Teaching official one-on-one classes being taught right now online. If you want to get better at acting,
Adam's experienced.
Adam's he's the best teacher you're going to find. But if you're in a pinch, if you're unsure about the thing you just booked, if you're new to acting, if you've been doing it for years, and you need to get stronger, you know you lack confidence, you lack a craft, you need a little help. It's okay to admit that. First step is admitting. Now go to AnytownActorsLab.com. And you can get one-on-one acting courses with Adam, personalized for you. You could check out the TikTok right now. His TikTok's incredible. Anytime Actors Lab on TikTok, blowing up. It just I put my stamp of approval on it. 100% certified, Davey certification.
Love it. Yeah, dude, we're here. Hey, shout out to our new best friend.
Shout out. I don't know what he's
What's his name? What's his name? Damn it. The fighter. God damn it.
Brian Ortega. Brian T. City Ortega.
I knew best friend.
Shout out Brian Ortega. If you guys don't know who Brian Ortega is, he's a UFC fighter. He's top 5 UFC.
Dude,
what is he?
Posted a little clip.
Reposted a clip of ours,
cool.
dude. Come on.
Cool,
he's shouting out the You're Here podcast. He's representing.
Interesting.
You know, Brian Ortega. Dude, he's one of my favorite fighters all
Yeah, he's dope.
When I saw that, I was like a little bit fangirled out.
Me too.
You know? I got a little buzzed up.
Yeah.
But that was cool. That was so cool. And a lot of cool people were like, hitting us up because of that. And thank you, Brian Ortega. I'm an MMA guy too. You ever want to roll?
He posts some boxing on his Instagram.
Yeah. I boys got hands. If you ever need,
Mm-hmm. Let him know.
Just the boxing stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Because dude, imagine it gets to him one day and he's like, dude, don't step in the ring.
Don't ever say my name. Don't ever equal us ever again.
No, you'd crush me.
He's sick.
He's one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters, period.
Oh.
I heard he's an animal. He's an animal. He just hangs on your neck. Like you could be standing, he'll just be hanging on your neck.
Yeah.
You can't even shake him off.
Dude, I kind of stopped watching UFC.
Did you?
Yeah. I used to be there every week. Yeah, every week, man. I don't know. There's something about that era.
The Conor era.
The Izzy, the I mean, it's still going on. But
still going. Still fun to watch. I enjoy it. But,
something about it, man.
Bottom line, we love you, Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
Thanks for shouting us out. Thanks for sharing our stuff. And for everyone else who shared our stuff, thank you. Thank you for continuing to share what we talk about. It's crazy. That's so weird, dog. Think about that. Mm-hmm. People we don't know are like,
yeah,
I'm going to share that. It hit me in some way. I hope other people.
Honestly, I wake up every morning. There's like new people that liked like other posts and stuff. And just to think about like someone is watching this and is like, wow, I like this.
Yeah.
And then just likes it and that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's pretty cool.
I feel like it's different with like other posts or stuff like that. I almost feel like, I don't know, like something about they took the time to like listen and they like it.
Yeah.
And we're kind of like opening ourselves up.
Yeah.
And that's what they like is cool to like that reciprocation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree.
Interesting.
It's cool to be like, the more vulnerable you get.
Yeah.
It's hard to like start going like this, but we got used to it doing with each other.
Yeah.
On this thing, and like, it's just cool to see. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I think, dude, because we just watched that the Before trilogy, that little like compilation
Richard
of all the
Linklater.
movies. Dude, if you guys have not watched the Before trilogy, I'm telling you, it's just insane.
You've gotta do it.
But that just proves, man, is like I don't know what it is, why that like this anything that has to deal with. As the more personal something is, the more I am just all in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but Avengers, throw it out the window. I'm never gonna watch it. With this, if you would give me just like two people just walking around talking and like a relationship forming, it's like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all they were doing. That's all they had to do. All they had to think about that film to make it.
I do.
Like, the only thing they had to prove was like an amazing script and amazing like acting between two people. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And that's all they had to do.
They're so vulnerable together.
It's like the best. It's probably the hardest thing, the hardest like parts of a movie to like get right or like perfect. Like, when you think about other movies, like you throw in some action to make it like cover for this, cover for that. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to skimp out on anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to put a little less in like, you know, maybe the music or the score. Yeah. Like I feel like those movies, it doesn't matter. Like, they're just perfect. Yeah. I feel like. Yeah. You know?
They're so unique.
Yeah.
Like something like Before Trilogy, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, there isn't.
When you look at it.
Yeah.
Two people, minimal, just, it's tracking shots.
Yeah.
Of them walking through either Vienna or France, Paris. Yeah. Or I think Greece is the last one. Mm-hmm. Just tracking shots. You're just seeing them go from, you're walking with them essentially to their destination, to their inevitable conclusion. These two characters. And like Linklater was saying in there, he's like, which is crazy because I kind of subscribe to this idea of like, it's all in the behavior of these characters. And, and you were saying before, you know, they take those, they meet each other in Vienna and they're real young. Yeah. They're still like swept up, man. They like, got off the train together in Vienna, like, and they're just attracted to each other. Their hormones are raging. They're falling in love. It's beautiful, but they only have the night. So they lose each other. And spoiler alert, watch the movie. Movies, 3. But so they lose each other, right? Then they never meet again for 9 years. Yeah. And then the next film starts. He's signing books in Paris. He became an author, successful author, and she walks into the bookstore, and from the first look, you get the 9 years that they missed. Like, you see it on his face, you see it on her face. Yeah, she's like, "Is this a mistake?" You come to your own conclusion as a human just by looking at her face and his face. Yeah, and you feel it. You're like, "Holy shit, that's 9 years." What the fuck, man? Where do those feelings go? Like, what happened in the in-between? Look how he feels about her now. Look how confused. Look how sad. Look how excited. What's next? What do I do?
The thing I really love most, I think, is that the way it deals with time, right? It's such a crazy experiment to do.
Oh, it's so
with, like, time. Just exploring. I think that little compilation thing was called, like, Love Over Time.
Love Over Time.
And
it's exactly what
it's so cool to see like in the first film when they're young, right? And they look at each other, like, and the more it goes on, the deeper they look, and like you could see the moment where, you know, they make that like jump to like oh, get off the train, like you could tell they just like click instantly almost. They're both searching for something, and you see it in their eyes, that like the feeling of like, oh, like I'm in love. Like you can just feel it. They don't have to say anything. They don't have to do anything. It's just like this, such a natural reaction of like just of their face that you can just feel it and see it on their face. And in the second movie, it's the same thing. When I paused back and I went back to it, was when she let her hair down, right? It's like they meet after all this time and they're like, okay, like it's been so this long, like, are we still close? Like, I can imagine how that must feel. Yeah. Even like, I feel like in life, it's so relatable. You see someone after, you know, years, right? That you haven't seen in a long time. Can you still be friends or still figure it out? Like, it must be weird. Like, let's say with my brother, you know what I mean? Like, after I didn't see him for like a year and I went back, I kind of had that feeling of like, we looked at each other and I'm like, oh, this is like, we're different people. Like, a year is a kind of a long time when you think about it, of not seeing someone. And like in person and interacting. Like, you both change, especially with someone that you've been with like every day. You know what I mean? You think you know the whole thing. And then it just makes you feel like, damn, like the more time you spend less with people, the more you kind of aren't a part of their changing. You know? Yes. And I think that's what's so magical about, like, if you have a partner like growing with him. You get to see like every part and like growing with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
And that moment she like put her hair down and like he instantly made this like, I don't know what it was in his eyes, but he was just like, oh, I'm in love again.
Yeah.
Like instantly.
Yeah.
Like the love never left.
Yeah.
You know?
The mask came down.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's her. Yep.
It's wild.
It's Love Over Time, dude. That's like, isn't that the perfect title for it?
Oh,
That's exactly what he was trying to do. He's trying to show a relationship from beginning to like possible end. We don't know. But like, bro, it made me think of like when you're young, you're buzzing, dude. Like it's so easy to fall in love. It's so everyone's young. The skin is tight. Everything's beautiful. You know, the songs are louder and beautifuler. You just connect it. Your heart's bigger. You know, it's just youth.
It's way more colorful.
Right. Things are colorful. Your imagination's stronger. Just it's easy to fall in love when you're young. It's so easy. And that's kind of what you see in the first film. You see these two people and it's like, gosh, they're gonna be all over each other. And they are. They fall in love. And when you visit them 9 years later, it's like, oh, these people are adults now, dealing with real world stuff. And you could see on their faces, without them even speaking, that they've been through some shit. Right? Like she's had a few boyfriends that broke her heart, that go off to marry other people, or she's broken off and they go marry, and it affected her. Yeah. Bad relationships, and he's had a child, and he's no longer with his wife, or he kind of is, and he's in this in between, and you know, they never thought they were going to see each other again. Yeah. So it's like the way they fall in love again is more cautious. Mm-hmm. They're like tiptoeing. Yeah. But they're also like, you know, she lets her hair down. It's like, oh, that youth is back. It's like a rush. Yeah. You know, so just humans are so complex with love. Yeah. It's so difficult to be like, because that film deals with, I think, the idea that there is a one out there. Mm-hmm. You know, even if you found them and you lose them and they come back to you later and, you know, you thought you were going to go this way, like you get married and whatever. I think it's saying like destiny kind of had them sorted for each other. Yeah. And we're going to see love play out over time in this really realistic, worldly way. Like, it's complicated. It's dirty. It's you know, he's cheating. There's
that's what's so good, I think, is the fact that it almost showcases that like the perfect like like the connection, but then like how it doesn't work out.
But how realistic it is.
Yeah, the reality
as it goes,
of how it can happen.
Yeah,
and man,
and it's a sunset,
yeah,
before midnight when it's over. Like when we're in the ground, essentially, you're gonna see a full love story play out. And at the end, it's like. He's saying, you know, they're arguing, they're fighting, and they're on vacation. Yeah. And like, you know, you're never gonna find someone where you just don't fight. I find that crazy when people say that. We just don't fight. Yeah. You're gonna fight. You're not the same person. You could fall in love and be swept up and all that. It doesn't mean like 10 years down the road, you're still gonna be, you know, like you were when you were 18 together in Vienna. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's different. You know each other now deeply. You've been through stuff. You've hurt each other in certain ways. It's like, it gets complicated, but I don't know, man. Like, there's still love there. He's saying, like, she's, you know, he writes her it's so heartbreaking. He writes her a thing, you know, he's trying to warm up to her again. He's trying to get her out of her shell because he hurt her feelings, right? And he says around the period, he's like, oh, I just went forward in time. I just got back and I was talking to 82-year-old you, and you wrote this. So should I read it? She's like, read it. And he reads it out loud, and he's talking about how, like, you know, he was the guy that she was always meant to be with, and that she's so happy she's been with him, all this stuff. And she says, like, stop, like, I don't care. And you see him, his heartbreak. He's like, listen, if you, you met in the room, like, you don't love me anymore. If that's the truth, like, that's fine. But I'm not a dog. I'm not just going to keep coming back to you. This is real love. This isn't some kind of fantasy. Mm-hmm. And if this isn't good enough for you, like, but I think love is never going to be good enough. But it's like also going to be the best thing you ever feel in your life. Yeah. It's never going to be perfect, but it is at the same time.
It's such like a contradictory thing.
Isn't it weird?
It's just like, yeah, I get it.
Because there's a lot of people that wait. They're like, the right one's going to come along. The right one's going to come along. What if like the right one came along and you were meant to change alongside the right one? Yeah. but you fell into your bad habit and you let it go.
Yeah.
You know?
Imagine like coming back like 20, like you could have a whole family.
Oh.
And then you go and then like it ends and then you're out in Venice one day alone and you meet the person again randomly.
That'd be crazy.
I feel like that, but like there's something like with, I mean, you're married, but for me, it's like someone that I felt like was the one, right?
Yeah.
And like and I meet them like there, like I had a weird chance.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I can see like, what if they're in that same position?
Yeah.
How beautiful that connection could be.
Oh man.
You know?
Oh man. Yeah, bro. And like, I mean, it would be so beautiful.
Yeah. That's why like, I think you kind of asked me about like, when we were at work about how I'm like feeling with like relationships and I feel like I'm just like not stressed, you know?
You feel good.
I think it's like, I don't want to be stressed that like I have to get into something because time's going by and that's, I don't know. I feel like,
what's the rush?
There's something about that just makes me feel like I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, if something's happening, something's happening.
Yeah.
If not, then we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
I don't want to just force myself into, because honestly, I see a lot of things around it. I'm not too I'm not too excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be in something if you really wanted to right now. If you pushed for it.
Yeah.
But like, why push?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Your boy for sure.
Yeah.
Getting more matches and likes.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying.
I mean, the Tinder's lit.
Your boy's just throwing it out there.
The Tinder done lit.
Boy just throwing it out there.
Let me say this to clarify.
No, let me say this.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Like with Lena, with my wife, like when we met, it was like, it was fucking fire and all this stuff. And then we went through like a period of like, just like at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Like couldn't gel. Like we were hitting roadblocks and like we got to a point of, is this working or not? And I related to like the last film where it was like, listen, trying these things, but we got to figure out our language together.
Yeah.
We're not speaking the same one still. And I think it was because it was so easy in the beginning.
Yeah.
That it was like, we didn't talk about real stuff. We didn't really get to know each other truly until that rocky stage when we started communicating a bit better. And not to say I've always done things right and she's always done things right. Like we've hurt each other along the road, but like, dude, this weekend I'm in my mother and father-in-law's house and they have a pool. So, you know, all my nieces and nephews, they ended up going home, right? So just me and Lena were out in the pool. I mean, like, this never happens.
Yeah.
Right? So we're alone in the pool. And next door is like a farm, right? These beautiful like cherry trees and horses and cows and we're sitting in this pool and the sky's open and it's blue and these clouds are huge. And I'm sitting there, I'm just holding it. I'm like, oh my God. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Like I'm so glad when I was a young man, I went up to you in the bakery. I walked up to you and I said like, hey, I'm Dave. Like, nice to meet you. Who are you?
Yeah.
And like I pushed for it. Because it was so out of character. Dude, it's so out of character, your boy.
Yeah.
I would never approach a girl, dude. And for some reason, something in me was like, this isn't going to happen again.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Yeah.
And I felt total courage. I was like, oh yeah, I will. I'll answer that. And it didn't feel weird. It felt like totally natural. And now like, dude, 10 years later, I'm in a pool with her and I'm literally telling her like, you believe this? Isn't this great? Like in the bakery, did you think we would be here ever? Like, did you see a future where we're like the 9 year skip forward and you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Life is so crazy and relationship is so crazy because I just keep feeling like I keep falling in love with her deeper.
Yeah.
Because I know the more I show her my bad shit, my flaws, the more I admit things, the more I admit to my problems and vocalize them and work towards like getting better with her, alongside her with her problems. Like, just like, dude, it's that. Yeah, I still see her as that bakery girl.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I don't know. I love everything about her.
Yeah.
It's not the pretty stuff.
Yeah.
It's all of it. I don't know.
It's like the reality of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I got so fucking lucky with her, dude.
Yeah.
So lucky.
That's so cool, man.
Oh, dude.
I'm happy for you, dude.
Thanks, man.
That's sick. Yeah.
I'm realizing more and more, like, she just absolutely, like, changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
She absolutely made me a better person and continues to.
Yeah.
And I'm never alone.
Oh.
She's like mobile. I call her mobile home. She's like an RV.
Dang.
You know, like no matter where she's at. Like if I'm
that.
like, oh, where's my home at? It's not like where my address is. It's like, oh, where she's at.
I feel that. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I enjoy being alone.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'd be going crazy if I didn't.
No. Yeah, for sure.
I'd be so, I don't know. I feel like I'd be everywhere.
And you're at such a great age to be like living your life.
Yeah. Finally kind of starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I think honestly this next year or two, blowing up.
I
think your boy's blowing up.
What I say a couple days ago to you at work when we were eating all that food. Besides, I feel sick. I said, I think something big is gonna happen. By next year.
Yeah. I think the time's been coming.
Yeah. And we're getting. It's not about like, and this is the other thing, dude. It's not about how many people. It's about like, who does this serve? I don't want 10 million. I want like people that we help actually. A few, however many.
Yeah.
That really believe in us and that we relate to them. And that we care for each other and it's symbiotic. It's not like a rob. Like, give us your money and we're going to go do our own thing. And make fun content and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a real service. Like, you can't appeal to 5 million people. Not if you had 5 million people that just all of a sudden hit your phone, do you think that they'd all, like, in the long run, would that not backfire on you? If you just got famous for, like, shaking your ass on TikTok. Nothing wrong with that.
Uh-oh.
Just say, I don't mean to... I'm talking about...
This is separate views.
I'm talking about...
I'm pro shaking your ass on TikTok, I swear.
nothing wrong with it. Do your thing. Do your thing, bro. But I'm just saying, like...
I actually have a pretty good, thing I kind of learned about that.
Okay.
Like that concept. We could talk about it later.
Yeah. I'm the type of person, I think I'd rather keep it more local. Not in a sense of
I
like
get you.
Place, but like amount of people that actually.
Let me say this. Let me say, like, because you blow up on TikTok, right? Sometimes. I mean, it's pretty.
You decide.
Weekly.
You guys be the judge.
You blow up, but now let's say this.
Whoops.
So what's blowing up look like?
Whoops.
Thousands of views, right? Tens of thousands.
To me,
now
that's blown up.
Now when you think about it, is like, what is that? Like, it's cool to see this big number, but now, like, what is that doing for you?
Nothing.
Zero.
The only thing
you get cool comments. Right? Then there's people that say, I need that, and that's dope. That's the dope part.
It's really cool.
It's people that close-knit, right?
That's beautiful.
But when you think about, like, the big number thing...
I keep burping.
The big number thing, it's like, that's not doing anything.
No.
Like, it doesn't really, like... It's a cool, like, feeling, right? To see
Fleeting,
this number.
Fleeting. Yes. Very.
Yes. But I feel like enough of those makes you feel like you get stuck in that feeling of, oh, this is what's making me happy. You know,
I wanted to delete my stuff.
Yeah,
because I was like, "This is you can't get caught up in that."
Yeah, man.
There's nothing changes in your life if it's after the number.
Yeah,
number's gonna change.
Yeah.
You I'll post something tomorrow.
Yeah,
it'll be like 500.
Yeah,
compared to like whatever, how many thousand.
Yeah,
and if I'm just looking at the number, this is the thing though, bro. Like when I was younger, if that would happen to me, I would have fucking lost my mind.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, subscribe to my, freaking out and like just chasing and riding the high, the dopamine hit of like seeing a red 100 pop up or something, you know. But that doesn't matter. It does. I promise that is like.
Yeah.
It is the things that the people. And another thing I'm realizing is I can't help everybody.
Yeah.
I can put out this thing that I hope reaches you, and then I can talk to a few people that are like I feel like I can actually respond and feel comfortable and confident, like giving my opinion to, and sharing my story with or something, or answering a question. But like I'm not a therapist.
Yeah.
I'm Dave. I'm just as fucked up as everybody. You know, I'm trying to sort my things out. I talk to my best buddy on a podcast, and we share our vulnerabilities. And I think that's what translates.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is translating. You know?
Like, I feel like it's less of a, you know what it is? It's less of a, we're throwing this stuff at you, and it's more of like a, we can, it's almost like it's like exchange, right?
Totally. That's what it feels
like. It's relatable.
Like. That's what it feels
There's an exchange. You could reach out. You could comment.
Yeah.
Reciprocate. You know what I mean? And it's like a natural human like connection.
Yes.
Instead of like a, her ass is fat.
No.
And I'm liking it.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Oh, yeah. It's just a quick boom.
Yeah.
No, it feels, the DMs, honestly, that I've gotten have been so cool. And I feel like I know these people now. I'm like, I know I don't know them. I'm not in life with them.
You see their name, though, and they're like, oh.
I'm like, dude, I associate you with what you told me you were going through, or what the podcast meant to you, or what you got from that last episode. And then I'll see people just share the thing and say, like, you know, something like, you know, this has to be listened to. And it's you talking about, you know, what we were talking about last episode. And I'm like, it's my buddy Mike. And she don't know Mike, but she's sharing what you said.
Yeah.
Because it struck something in her and it woke up a part of her consciousness that she wasn't thinking about.
I like that we're diving deeper into like what it's doing.
Me too, man. Let's get into it.
I think it's really like, because it's hard to talk about this shit, right?
It's very hard.
A lot of people just go behind the door or in a Zoom call with the therapist and talk about this stuff, right? And it's getting better with like, you know, accepting people talking about feelings and dealing with it. And that's just life, you know, instead of just bottling it up. Yeah. I think the fact that we can put it out there and just be real about it and say we're going through shit and we feel like shit and life isn't good. Yeah. That's better. Mm-hmm. That's way better. Totally. Because like I see people then comment their stuff, their problems. And like that takes a lot, man. That's a first
courage,
step.
Man. Yeah.
That's a step in taking a hold of your depression or sadness or problems you have in life. And that's the first step of really changing that. You know?
Absolutely.
A lot of the time it's we talk about it a bunch, but like it's scary to do that. Oh, bro. It is, man.
So scary, you know? Man. It's very scary.
It's scary to bring up what problems we have. Yeah. You know?
And as men, it's fucking scary. Keep it real. Yeah. It's a little weirder. Yeah. A little harder to like, I'm not speaking for all of us, but like, it's hard to get stuff off your chest as a guy. Yeah. I say it all the time. I still fight crying. Yeah. I don't just openly when I feel it and scream it out. Me too. I still fight it even on the pod. If I have to cry, I'm like trying to like swallow it down. Why?
Dude, when I was telling you when I last cried in the parking lot, I was like trying to hide. Yeah. You know, like.
And you're alone.
Yeah. And I'm alone in a parking lot. People walking by, I'm like, ugh.
It's heartbreaking, bro. Yeah. But I think that we're the generation, and maybe this podcast is going to serve when we're long gone. Maybe someone will pick it up and they'll be like, wow, back then guys used to really struggle to cry. Yeah. Now it's more acceptable. We're taught by our fathers, like, but our generation, the one me and you were in, no, it wasn't. It wasn't too like you weren't brought up believing I can go cry to whoever I want and be honest with my best friend and say like, "This is how I feel, best friend," and cry to him and not be laughed out of the room.
Yeah, I think this is changing it.
I think changing so too.
That idea.
I like to think that it's like slow growth towards something better.
So man,
but
the more you put it out, right?
Yeah, bro. And the post, one of the posts about I think it was you were consoling me or something. I was saying how I was feeling or something like that. A lot of people were commenting that they don't. A lot of guys were commenting that they don't have a place to feel this way, or in girls that they feel, you know, I'll never say this was a comment, or I have no one, I can't. Yeah. And I'm like, it breaks my heart, but it's also like through watching the video, the clip from this episode or whatever, of one of us sharing truly how we feel openly. Yeah. It's a cathartic release for the person watching it, I hope. Yeah. Because you may not be you may be saying I don't have anyone, but right now you're typing out I don't have anyone. And when you say that, you're reaching out to all of us in the comment section and me and you. So that is communication. Mm-hmm. It's awful like to hear that, but like I heard it. Yeah. I read it. So you were heard. So it's there's like a catharsis of feeling what I'm feeling and you're feeling. You're seeing it and feeling it through another person expressing it. But now you're also communicating. Yeah. So maybe it's a start of something. Maybe this is the little. It's not a full release, but it's like a little steam valve. I got heard by another human being.
Yeah.
Someone reached out. A bunch of people were like, "Dude, there's always somebody that just think about."
Yeah. How many times have you said that to someone, but then like it's never like that's how hard it is, dude. That's how hard it is. Even if you say it, even if you tell people,
And yeah, it sucks because you can't save everybody.
No.
I would love that. Yeah. I would love for the show to be like something where everyone who ever listens to it is like changed and saved and like lives a better life because of it.
Well, I think just the fact that we are doing it's making drops in the lake. You know what I mean?
You know what T-City was going through, Brian Ortega?
Yeah.
UFC? He was getting an arm surgery.
Really?
Yeah, so he's probably feeling like, I got injured in my last fight. It's a huge loss.
Yeah.
I'm coming off of that. I feel real down. I also got to go in now tomorrow for surgery.
Yeah.
And he shared our thing, and I think it spoke to him. Like,
dude.
Yeah. Talking about, pain.
Yeah.
And how it makes us better in the long run. Mm-hmm, he's like, dude, I probably motivated him a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, dude, we don't know
exactly
who you're going to reach to, bro, through this thing. You just don't know.
Yeah. Now, would you, if you could, would you trade places with the mental stigma that men have or the mental stigma that women have about emotions?
Oh, they both suck.
They're both terrible. Would you rather it be just not normal to talk about emotions and you got a strong man, no cries? Or would it be you're emotional, shut up?
Always emotional like that?
Oh my God, no.
You're like, you're too emotional.
Yeah, what would you rather?
I don't know. That's a terrible both of them.
Terrible question.
I guess I'd stick with the one I got.
How about neither?
Well, neither would be good. You gave me neither choice.
Well, you can be outside of the box.
You created a C answer and you circled.
Your boy can be outside of the box.
You're the type of dude who takes an A-B question.
Your boy's outside of the box.
Adds the C, your own C, and circles it. You are outside the box.
Boys outside the box.
That's a dynamic thinker, they call that.
Boys outside the box.
You're innovative.
They call me outside the box, Mikey. You could. Did that make you angry?
Oh.
What?
I pulled up all the quotes from before Trilogy before, and then I forgot about them, and now I'm going to read one to you, and then we're going to talk about it.
Let's do it.
You can never replace anyone because everyone is made up of such beautiful, specific details. You can't replace anyone.
Damn.
Because everyone is made up
that makes me feel
such beautiful, specific details.
That makes me feel like exactly what I just said of I'm just chilling with life, dude. Makes you think, damn it, all these people that could have been.
Why?
I don't know. You never know. Like, what if I did, take a couple of these Tinder dates and meet someone cool?
Yeah. Yeah. You're in a high pressure situation now where you can go that way or this way with one
that's
person.
the thing. That's the problem. The power to do what I want.
Let me ask you this. What is the worst thing that could happen? Let's say you do go on a date. What is the worst thing that could happen with this one specific person who's totally wanting to go on a date?
I could die.
Let's say safety is not a concern. Like health is totally. You guys are both going to survive.
It just doesn't work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel? It doesn't work out.
It's whatever.
Doesn't affect you?
I mean, I think at this point, no. I think I've accepted that fact that like there are people out there, and I have my own way of, I guess my own preference of how I get closer to people.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And it might not happen every day.
What's your preference?
Or every month. I think it's just I like having things happen naturally, and the idea of dating apps is like unnatural to me.
Okay.
It seems like it's weird, but I've kind of been warming up to it. I don't know. My situation with that.
Yeah.
It's been very like in and out kind of feeling.
Yeah. I get that. I agree with you.
I like that just like you see someone or you meet someone and you're like, oh, this is something cool, or you know what I mean? And also there might just be people that are stopping me from doing that, but
that's 100% true.
There might be some unresolved feelings.
That's totally true.
I
think that's totally fair. But those, okay. So not to muddy the waters, so where you're at now with it is if you would rather not right now. go forward a possible date?
I mean, I'd be down. I got one coming up soon, man.
You do?
Well, not set in stone, but I'm thinking.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. like right now.
Yeah.
In this minute, this second.
Yeah.
Would you respond, "Hey, are you free this day? Let's go."
Yeah. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, probably.
Do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My phone's in the other room.
Go get it.
And it's off.
Go get it.
I'll do it after the podcast. Let's just say we did it. Okay. I'll put in a clip after. I gotta go. It's gonna take like a minute to launch my phone.
Okay. Hey, Mike. It's
fine, dude. I'm going. Jeez, man.
You don't have to. I'm just saying. I wanted to ask you what you would do if you would do it, but don't do it out of spite. Do it if it's something you really feel like doing. Because what's the worst? My point is, let's say you do it, you find out right away. Oh, this isn't gonna work out. And then that's it. Mm-hmm. And the other situation, nothing changes there in the other thing.
Yeah, and then I just cry.
Why would you cry? But now, hold on.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to cry. I'm kidding.
You wouldn't cry.
I'm just joking.
Because she wouldn't break your heart. You don't know her.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just meeting her.
Exactly.
There's no stake in the game yet. You're just meeting another human being.
Yeah.
And the other situation will be resolved one way or the other.
Yeah. You're right. We're just talking such a vague term.
Have to, though. Have to. Guys, there's another thing. We can't let you in on everything. There's going to be some specific details in our life we have to preserve.
Yeah.
Now, feelings and stuff like that, if we're not implicating other people or whatever, we could talk about that. Yeah. I feel comfortable talking about my
Say their names.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm just joking.
Adriana.
Oh, dude.
Said it. Now you got to deal with her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You never replace. There can never be a replacement for another person, dude. You're saying it. You're doing it. Oh, set a date. Let's go, Mike. I'm so proud of you. This firing went off right in the middle of the podcast. We're realest podcast in the game. Like and subscribe. I should have said that in the beginning. We never say it in the beginning, but guys, if you could like and subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends. It goes a long way with us, for us. Helps us get a neon sign, which is just something we really want in this space. I think the paper signs lived long enough here. Damn, you've seen us grow for 3 years. Coming up on 4. I mean, where else are you going to get this kind of live action? You fired it off. You did it.
Don't say I didn't, bro. We're going in.
Super proud of you.
Your boy's diving in.
Did you throw a burp just now?
No. That was you.
I thought that was you.
They didn't even know that he throat burped.
I thought it was. It sounded
crazy.
like it was you.
I would never do that. What do you think I am?
So I'm proud of you. There
Thanks,
we go.
Man.
You set a date.
Thanks, bro.
And now we'll just see what. The good thing is you've opened up a new lane. You've opened up a new lane of possibility in your life. Who knows? Who knows? You may meet someone on the date, dude. How crazy! You may
on the date.
Yes. You may meet someone new on the date.
Okay. Just not my date.
Yeah, man. You got to live more of the chasing waterfalls.
Let's see if we have another bad Bumble bio. Keep talking.
Oh man, the bad Bumble bio. Well, you can't replace anybody, ladies and gentlemen. I agree with that statement 100%, Mikey. I don't think any of the love that I felt for someone in the past goes away. I think it stays right with that person, and the meaning is still there, and our relationship may change, but if I see that person, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And I can't plug and say like, oh, you're this to me, what that person used to be. Nope. No matter if I see you like 8 hours a year, or I used to see you like fucking every day, to me, you're still that person. Meaningfully, not like we can't, maybe we're not best friends or whatever, but like that person's still going to mean something to you specifically because there's so many details. That's why I like the oh, you reading the bios?
I'm trying.
Oh no. But that's the part of this, the little speech that I like, is just such specific little details about each person. And those things are unique. Each person's unique. So you love them uniquely. They're unique to you. You can't replace them.
Oh, aspiring MILF.
Oh.
I see that a lot, actually.
Do you really? Yeah. Hey guys, come on. Let's get a little bit nicer on there, huh? What are we at? 40?
One thing I didn't want to talk about.
You didn't.
I did want to talk about is I saw a recent interview about it was Tyler the Creator in France for some talk, and he was talking about because like I want this comparison because we talked about the Before trilogy and this like very personal, like intimate, set of movies. Like it's just about a connection, you know what I mean, and just kind of like a real like human like qualities and very human relatable story. Now I feel like there's like different forms of like that kind of like personal intimate kind of story that's very like attractive, and it's like nice to watch almost. Like it's a good feeling, especially the first movie, I'd say. It's a good feeling to like watch it, right? And that's a lot of the time I feel like what gets me in to that, because then you're like invested in everything.
Right.
Now I wanted to compare that like idea of like a piece of art that can be very intimate, and like well received because of that intimacy, and to the opposite of like something that could be super intimate and like real, like someone's story, but kind of like put people off because it's maybe too real.
Oh, I love
And Tyler here was talking about how Kendrick's last album was like super, like he loves it. And I had this idea, like when I first heard it, I was like, dude, this is going to be, I'm telling you.
You did say this.
It's going to be so revolutionary in like a couple of years. It's, I don't know, man. I feel like people should just go to the album and like look at the lyrics and like go through it all. It's like, I don't know, man. There's something about it that it's so personal, it's so real, and it's telling you to like the idea of like all the things you think about in life that you think make you, Think about all the things that like, let's say are the real, the kind of the truth of what makes you, not like your TikTok, not your views, not all the clothes you have, the job you have, all this shit. And like take that all away. And like what do you have?
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like a big message in his thing. Like he says that in his first track. It's kind of like the message of that track. And then like through the album, he goes through all these things that are part of his life, that sometimes aren't like, they're in society. It's not like a thing you look at as like positively, or you look at it live in like a dark light, or something dark that happened, stuff with his aunt and uncle, or whatever. And just that he was saying that like a lot of people were turned off by the album, and I saw that with sales and stuff. It was like
much
way lower sales, and I think it's because it's so real that it's uncomfortable. And it's telling people to take off the mask. Take off everything. Take it all off. What are you left with? And people don't want to do that right now.
No.
People don't want to do that.
I think they do, though, some of them.
Some do. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not the norm.
It's not the norm.
You know what I mean?
For Kendrick.
Especially now. Like, especially I think now with, like, I think TikTok and social media. Like, the way everything is, it's all about the image and, like, the angle. And, that's the problem, I think.
Yeah.
That's a dark side in society right now.
What are we fighting for? What are we doing that for? The image, the look, the angle, the makeup, the chain,
I think it's just social status, man. I think it's just where you are. That in people's minds, I think that's what they feel is success or love, or I don't know.
So love
and success, I'd say. It's like the main thing that drives you.
Love and success. Yeah. Wow. Love and success. I love that you bring this up.
Yeah.
First and foremost, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
It's a great topic. I think this is the kind of shit that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What are you working for?
Yeah.
Why do you want to make music? You.
I want to make music. I want to make...
Not the pageant answer, but the real answer.
I just want to make shit about... my biggest thing is I want to just express things. And this is an avenue that I love the form. And I want it to be a thing where I can express what I got inside. My brain, my heart.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to express it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do.
And what is the hope expressing?
That I can express it.
Then
like
it stops
fully.
there.
Yeah.
That I can express it.
I don't think I have. I can't just say I can't just be like, no, man, I've detached it all. I've enlightened to Buddha, and I don't care about anything. If I get famous the next, like, I'm not gonna say like, obviously I'll be appreciative of people, whatever, listen or watch, blah blah blah. But I really feel like with the before thing, man.
Yeah.
Like that is what it makes me feel. I'm like, dude, I want to do that for other people, if possible. Mm-hmm. But I feel like for Richard Linklater, he didn't do that because he wants other people to feel shit. Mm-hmm. I think he was feeling this. He's like, I want to fucking put this into something, into words, and then put it into a fucking film. Yeah. You know, be able to like capture this. Yeah. You know.
Yes, dude. I was. This is gonna sound out of left field, but I was driving from the supermarket today back home, and I was passing a graveyard, and I saw like, you know, just the headstones and stuff, and I said, oh wow. The first thought that came to me was, oh, I don't have a plot. Like I don't have a space in the cemetery or in any cemetery. Yeah. So when I die, if I died right now, you guys would have to decide like, what do you do with his body? Because we don't have do you have 30,000?
What do you want me to do?
Well, here's the thing. That's what made me think, like, what happens to my body? And I was like, oh, I want to go on the ground. Why do I want to go on the ground? Oh, it's a headstone. You know, you get like a plot and people could go visit, you know? Like you could come visit me, I guess, or the place but then I'm like, but I'm not there. My body is, but I'm gone. So why a headstone? Because, there's a part of me that wants to be remembered, left here. Like a part of me that stays, that lasts long. And so I thought about that a lot, and I said, wow, I used to really feel strongly about like, I need to go in the ground. So that, and I didn't know why, but now walking to the end of that answer through questions and questions and questions, like why? I think like, not that I haven't arrived at my end spot yet. Yeah. I'm not fully conscious of who I am and what I am, and I haven't elevated to that. Yeah. I'm just saying, I think the major shift that has happened for me is like, since I opened up to God, and this is always uncomfortable, but I don't mean it for it to be, but for me, my personal journey at this age in this chapter in my life, like a year and a half ago to almost 2 years ago, that's the big change that happened. And so now when I look at the plot, when I'm thinking about the plot, I'm like, oh, I don't need the headstone. If I just evaporated, you know, it is what it is, because I don't want to be glorified. Yeah. I'm not out to get views. I'm not out to get, you know, people's affection. I hope it reaches you for your sake. Yeah. But if it doesn't, that's okay, because God loves me just like he loves you. Yeah. So any work that I do that I'm trying to glorify God, you know, because he loved me and created me and made me who I am and stays with me through the darkest parts of my life, the things that I can't carry for myself, I know God's right there next to me, and he helps me get through those moments. I know that I can't, there's some things I just can't do, and there's some things he holds back from me because I couldn't handle it. Yeah. I'm a sinner. I make mistakes. I'm not a perfect human being. I don't know everything. I promise. I'm very stupid, and I make a lot of mistakes, and like, I'm just trying to figure things out too. So I never want to come across like I know everything, because I don't. I'm just figuring it out. I'm not a guru. You know, I don't think anyone questions me like to be that. Yeah. And I'm not trying to glorify me when it's over. I want to be just like I did the work while I was here, the work that I thought that I could help others before I go, not to glorify myself, but to glorify God, dude. Yeah. Because he made me and he's sticking with me. He loves me, and the other stuff rusts. The other stuff collects moth. You know, the other stuff, it all goes. It just goes. Yeah. It doesn't last. The headstone will go one day. You know what I mean?
That's why we got to build a statue.
And that's why somehow we got to come up with a better metal or stone or something.
Can you like, if I like get cremated, can you make me into like a book?
That's a good idea, actually.
That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah, cool. But imagine how scared you'd be carrying that thing around. There was a book of pages of me, and I left it to you, and you were like,
I mean, I put it on the shelf.
Wow. And I just collect dust up there? That's crazy. You wouldn't open me up on this?
No, I would open you up. Say, hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Hope you're good.
What up, buddy?
I start flipping the pages without you touching them.
You rip your accent. No.
I go, ow. Oh, man. What do you find beautiful? I wanted to ask you this today. What is beauty to you when you think of the word? What is something beautiful?
It's beautiful. Man. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of beauty in the world, man. You just gotta look.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
What's one thing?
The first thing that comes to mind is just human connection.
What does that look like?
That could be anything. It could be right now. That could be, go after work. I go to say hi to my friend. Just sit there, just for a little bit. Just say hi. Talk about how you doing. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. Just the interaction. The fact that someone would give time out of their day, and have all these, these seconds that are so important, for life, to just like chill, just have a good time, just in each other's company. I think that's beautiful,
isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the only currency you really got.
Yeah,
money and shit's important, but it's not more important than time. Yeah. Money is the attempt to buy time.
Yeah,
you collect and you allocate it so you can take a vacation and then remember. Oh shit! Life is about time.
Yeah,
it's not about the stuff or the where.
Yeah,
it's about like where are you now? And when you give someone your time, your seconds like that, dude, your minutes, that's the stuff that's constantly.
So it means way more.
Leaving you. The meaning is inherent.
Yeah.
It's in the stitching of it. You can't escape that. The fact that like we take time aside in our lives to spend time with each other is I'm saying to you with my time and you're saying to me with your time, you mean something to me.
Yeah. It's an agreement. We both are, like, this is what I want to do with my time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a beautiful exchange.
Yeah.
It's the most divine exchange you could have on earth.
Yeah.
With your life, I think.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think that's great. What is another thing you find beautiful? I think
nature. Nature's beautiful. I got my garden out there. A seed to a plant, to a tomato to my mouth. I'm a poet now.
You know what? Seed to a plant, to a tomato to my mouth. I like that. Mike Nowicki. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Nowicki.
Put that in my book of my ashes.
That's the first page, the first poem.
Oh, man. Yeah. You know what? Like, just spending time in nature changes it all. Changes everything. I've been going on hikes every Sunday. And just, like, having to... Like, you're going out, you drive a while to go walk in the woods. And you're like, it's 103 degrees. I'm sweating through 3 shirts. Why am I doing this? Yeah. And I get to the top, and there's a lake, and I dip in, and I'm chilling, and I'm floating. And I'm like, you know what? It's made my week. You know what? I'm in pure bliss. And it's just... It's not like I spent, like, $1,000 on, like, something. Yeah. Or, like, I bought a truffle pasta. You know what I mean? Which would be nice. But it's just, I went out into a place that feels good, And just the surroundings make it good.
Yeah. Got you. What? Name one more thing.
It's you, dude.
It's the third thing.
You're 2.
No, 1 and 3. You're here too.
Is that what you're waiting for?
You are here too.
Is that what you're waiting for?
No, I don't want to answer. I'm asking you. Yeah, I just want to know you. I want to get to know you more. What do you find beautiful? When you think of the word beauty, what's another thing you think of?
Another thing?
And maybe for this one, I would say something along the lines of, like, I see a mother at a park, like,
oh, okay.
Grabbing her kids.
Not about me.
No, it's about you. It's personal.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, things in the world I find beautiful.
Okay.
And the specific thing I would find beautiful is the way a mother would, like, ruffle a son's head, like their hair, and laugh. Yeah. I don't even know who they are, but it's something. And also, like, my wife's face when she wakes up, and I see, like, half of it on the pillow, and half of it imprinted in the pillow.
Yeah.
And it's the first thing I see.
Yeah.
To me, that's beautiful. That's what I think of. So I'm asking you, what's beautiful to you? When you think of the word, what strikes your heart as personal thing to you? And if you can't share that, share something else.
Yeah.
If you don't want to incriminate. Yeah.
I gotta think of a moment, man.
Or just anything.
What's a moment?
Like your mom's laugh. Or your brother's, cute cheeks.
I mean, all those are, definitely are, I'm just trying to think of
I like your first two answers,
I'm
too.
trying to think of a specific moment.
Yeah, but
Because it happens, man. It happens a lot.
Of course.
You know what? I actually had a great one.
Go ahead.
On Sunday, it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. What am I saying? I went, I was watching this guy on YouTube doing a food tour, the Anthony Bourdain food tour.
Oh.
Food tour of New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to the old places that Bourdain went?
Yeah, and he was going to all of them.
So
and he went to this place in Fort Lee, which is super near me.
Shout out.
And it's called Haram's.
Okay.
It's like a hot dog place.
Ooh.
And I was like, you know what? I watched that and I was like, dude, it's right there. I was like, let me go. Dude, I went alone. Your boy just got 2 dogs.
Was it good?
Some rippers, some onion rings.
Okay.
Your boy sat down. They had a little backyard with like the park benches.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Like little picnic benches.
Yeah.
I just sat on one. It was like sunset. I was like, this is beautiful.
Oh. Isn't it?
There's like families and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This is just, I'm just taking in the moment. I'm just feeling good. Like, this is it. You know? Like, everything feels all right. You know what I mean?
I love that.
It feels good.
And the rippers were good?
Yeah.
Tasty. You were fed. You got to see life around you. Yeah. You got to see the sun.
I want to talk about this next podcast, but something about what Anthony Bourdain said. I want to bring it up. Start the next podcast.
Okay.
Because I love Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah,
first of all,
same.
He's such a legend. OG. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But the guy I was talking about in the video, because he loves him too, and he'd bring up always like the he's like a sucker for like nostalgia. And like, dude,
me too.
That's me. Yeah. That's 100%. Is nostalgia is it's like my favorite thing in the world.
Lean into it. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I got all the retro games and stuff. I got, you know what I mean? The vinyl. Like, look, this is just nostalgia. This is literally moments of like different things.
It is.
It's just all nostalgia, And there's something I want to like explore that. Like, why, what makes something nostalgic? What really like?
Oh wow.
What are we feeling really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that's gotta be next episode.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
But just that idea of like, what's nostalgic? What's nostalgic to you? I want to know that. My dad brought me to like a pizza place.
Oh yes.
That he's been going to since he was like young, and I'm 26 and I never knew. So thanks, Dad. You never told me, and it was great. It was like this awesome old place called Perfect Pizza. Shout out. But like I love that.
Yeah.
Just that connection. That would bring me so close to someone.
Look at that.
That makes like
explaining a piece of them to you,
like a nostalgic piece, because that tells so much about you.
Yeah,
like what a nostalgic thing is.
Totally. I used to go to Pizza Hut with my grandma. Pizza Hut was in our town.
Yeah, me too.
It was my favorite day of the week. Was Pizza Hut day, and she would bring me there to pick up the pizza, like order it, and we'd wait. And there'd be like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game in the little arcade, like off to the side of the lobby. Yeah. And I'd just be doing that, smelling the pizza like I was getting made, and like chilling there with Grandma Betty. And she's like, I don't know what, reading something.
Right, man. There's something about nostalgia that just, it gets me, dude. It hits me like so hard.
This goes back to what Julie Delpy was saying in the movie. The specific little pieces of people, like what you're saying, those pieces are nostalgic pieces, the memories, the meaningful memories, the things that hold me, like your grandmother's thing. Yeah, it's meaningful to you. Yeah, that little thing. It's if someone else saw it, it's just a thing. But to you, it means something. So now that I know that, that informs me of who you are. It brings me a little bit closer to your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So 100%. That's the little details I can't replace. Yeah, and we can't. It's nostalgia.
Dude, drop in the comments one thing that's nostalgic to you. I want to hear a nostalgic thing, the TV show, the ice cream truck. What flavor did you get?
You know, Do we have like 2 minutes? 2 minutes?
We got 2 minutes.
I was telling Lena on the ride to my in-laws, I said, you know what? It had to be the best moment of my life. I really feel this, like nostalgia. Yeah. It was a wave. It hit me like a fucking wave. I said, oh my God, I remember. It was the best feeling I've ever felt probably growing up. Because I had no issues. Yeah. Like at this moment. It was sick days. It was probably happened a bunch of times, but I only remembered a few. I used to live with my grandparents, and so my grandma would be home, and I would stay home sick. Right? Oh, Mom, sick. Yeah, stay home with grandma. I would make a fort out of my bed. So it's this little twin bed. I used to pull the comforter this way over the side, and then tuck some pillows like up, and like make a little crawl space in there next to the bed. And I had this 70s like old wooden TV, like there was wood panels on the side, a little switcher, and I would crawl in the thing. And I would spin around and like crawl back out and just stick my head out like this and watch the TV. I would watch Little Bear. Oh. And she would make a grilled cheese sandwich. And I would sit there on the floor. She would drop off the grilled cheese sandwich and say, love you, Grandma, thanks. And I'd watch Little Bear. And I remember to this day, I like get emotional. Like I just felt so cared for, so safe. That's what love is. That's what God must feel like. That moment, just Little Bear and grilled cheese and like sick day. Yeah. For me, like that was my oasis of life. Yeah. You know, I had no fear, dude, no cares, no worries, just love, and just like soft, caring feeling. Yeah, warm.
I almost want to have like just like do like the New York thing we want to do, like set up a table, just like nostalgic things.
We could do that too.
That could be so.
We could do half the time there, just sit and talk, or sit and just look.
What's a nostalgic memory?
And then the next part of nostalgic memory at the end. So you get to know a person better. Dude, you can't 185, when we hit 200, we're going somewhere and we're gonna meet people we don't know. And it's gonna be something special. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Damn.
I don't want to get stabbed though after watching that video you showed me, because that was
all late.
Mike before the show, he goes, dude, check this thing out. Dude,
blame my brother, he sent me that.
So I just watched someone get stabbed to death essentially.
Blame my brother, he sent me that.
And then it was graphic. So I'm glad we ended up here instead of there.
Well,
guys, thank you for liking and subscribing to the You're Here podcast. Tell your friends, tell your family if you think that they need to hear it. We're here for you.
Yes.
If you need us, reach out on youareherepodcast.net. That's our website. It's an anonymous link. You can fill it out, put whatever you want in it. Me and Mikey will be reading them, and we will get back to you anonymously. Not anonymously, but privately. Also, like and subscribe the pod. If you want to reach out to us, DM us on Instagram. We still have our DMs open. Reach out to You're Here Podcast on Instagram. Continue to share if you feel inclined to. Regardless, we're appreciative of you. I promise you we don't take it for granted. Each person we're meeting on this thing is so freaking cool on this ride. And we just want to hold this little tent open for you guys to feel loved and appreciated and nostalgic and weird and comfortable. You know, like grilled cheese on sick days with Little Bear in a fort. That's the You're Here podcast.
Little Bear, dude.
Come on.
Shout out to the new people. We love you.
Shout out
Anytime Actors Lab. Patrons, patreon.com/YouAreHerePod.
Yeah.
My name is Mike, and I'm signing out.
My name's Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourselves, and please be kind to one another.